haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now these wanted data. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Watson. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 51 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 27. On 1st and 10, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On 2nd down, here's Miller. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Richmond.
Maybe a free play for Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. After all of the turnover woes that they had last week, another turnover on the first drive of the game.
And when you dive into the analytics of football, it's real simple. If you're down in turnover margin, you're not going to win very many football games. The best teams always rank in the upper part of the league in terms of turnover margin.
And last week's number for them was 5 turnovers. And as you saw, another one there. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. second down. Mayfield to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. First carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
2 running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? 3rd and long for Mayfield. Man complete, and he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Complete here. It's Hyde. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another 1st down on the pickup of 5 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Being chased out left. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And this results in 6. Touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Leopard!
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Watch it now, Barney!
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made that time by Kevin Johnson.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Now Mayfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now out comes Houston. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Oh, what a juke into space. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
He's going to air one out. It's caught at the 10. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 43 yards. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Watson now on 2nd down, setting up the screen for Miller. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call.
Come back, come back.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there, and he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Threw it away, preserved the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
An excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Now he's going to go deep down the left. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Trying to get it to Landry there. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. So we have reached half. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He was looking for Landry that time. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back.
After the interception, here's Watson. He gets this one to Bruce Ellington. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Trying to improvise. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Richmond. Reset.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down. Off of play action, it's Watson. Man open, that's kingkong8128's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Watson hands this to Foreman. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Tiger. Two jet. Watch safety Freeman. Safety Freeman. Tiger. 53's the mic. 53. Check.
To throw on second is Watson. Buying time to his left. It's caught. It's Miller. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Come back. Two jet.
On first down, Watson. They still can't get him. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Just keeping the play alive. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. DJ Reader in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Mayfield off the play fake. And the pressure gets to him again. Brandon Dunn in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Mayfield now. He's got his man on the crossing route. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Ellington now to return it. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Single receiver. Hey, Jordan Island over there. Single. Tiger. Green, two jet. Tiger. Two jet.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Underneath for Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Come back. Two jet.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. It's hauled in by Ellington. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far. And we'll up 2nd down.
Tiger. Watch that in. Hey. Tiger. Two jet.
From the 50, it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Escapes the sack. Trying to improvise. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He's got a man, complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40.
All right, now look at 56. All right, here.
Mayfield on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, Something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A nice gain of 21 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The situation changes a bit now. 1st and goal from back at the 10. First down, Mayfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Able to shake him off, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Now let's go.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that's the play, that pick by Mathieu, that will seal this football game.
The Honey Badger does it again. And I think one of the best nicknames that's ever been given. Just so inspired. He may not care, as Honey Badgers don't, but he understands how to get around the ball, and he just sealed another victory.
How do you know about the mental psyche of a Honey Badger?
That's always been the expression. The Honey Badger, he doesn't care.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Miller. And some room to work. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like open up a time.
I
woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now.